Hello world. Tara Sue back again. Hopefully you're hearing me this round, and I'm going to try and get my head in the picture here because that's probably important. So it's been one of those fascinating days so far with all my usual patterns running. Technology, power that I know was charged, suddenly it's drained. All of those funny glitches are happening. I am one of those people who, because of that pattern, tends to have backups and backups and backups. So we have optimal and then we have plan B and plan C. Here we are and still going. Welcome back to day 3 of Find It, Feel It, Free It. Find out what really makes you feel free, or any variety of things, because you don't have to feel free in the same way every time. Feel that feeling of freedom connected and coherently through your body, so your mind, your body, and your heart are all feeling that same feeling of coherence, and then free that feeling by radiating it out on your electromagnetic heart field. And I'm not just making this up. We have science, peer-reviewed, accepted science, in fact, even science used within the healthcare system within the province that I happen to source from and live in. We have the science that tells us that our heart actually is able to carry essentially the essence of our emotion or our feeling out of our body. So again, like I'm going to start all of these, and I'm in a funny shape, funny place here because I want my head in this, so I'm kneeling, kind of crouching. But we're going to do a minute of breathing together. So if anyone is on, again, this is heart-focused breathing or connected breathing or heart-brain entrainment breathing or coherence breathing. I do not care what name you use for it. All I want is people to try it. And the goal is simply to breathe a little more deeply than normal. I suggest putting more focus or more time into the out breath, simply because that will trigger your body that you're safe. If you're getting chased in the wild, you don't run around. Forgot to mention who I am. I am Tara Sue Moore from Cochrane, Alberta, and I am launching Find It, Feel It, Free It. So with me, let's do a little breathing in and then out. If you're feeling a bit wound up, breathing out through your mouth is a good out breath. It does a good job of things leaving your body. I'm asking for the bit of wound up tension to leave my body. There we go. For me, it's that quick. I've done this a lot. What I want to talk about now for this live, I want to talk a little bit about some of the personal benefits. So let's say you're someone out there and you are about done with this whole freedom movement, or you're not participating in it, or any of that. So why might you want to join in or even pay any attention to what I'm doing? Well, the cool thing about developing a personal coherence practice is whether you're developing a personal coherence practice because you want to participate with me, like I think would be amazing, in creating this petri dish of freedom to go around the world, or not. Creating a coherence practice for yourself on its own comes with a whole bunch of personal life benefits, including benefits validated and published to your personal health. So this is one I can very safely talk about on Facebook. How would you like to be able to adapt more quickly to change? How would you like to be able to boost your performance, improve reaction times, and coordination, being in the flow when you're doing sports? How would you like to be able to enhance your decision-making logical ability and your creativity? And, not or. How would you like to improve your memory and your problem-solving ability? What about being able to think clearly under pressure? What about refining your communication skills? What about strengthening interpersonal relationships? How about finding more work-life balance? Have I caught you yet? How about expanding your ability to be flexible and your ability to be resilient? How about being able to choose to replace the feeling of resistance in your body with a feeling of ease by choice? because it can be by choice if you have a body that's trained. And the more trained you are, the more choice you will have under the more and more pressure that you'll withstand. How would you like to be able to maintain a positive attitude? How would you like to be able to live longer and more vibrantly? How about reversing or minimizing the negative impact stress is having on your health, work, and quality of life? So these are actual stats from people. And this was a study of 1,400 people at 6 big global mainstream companies who participated in a coherence experiment. And these people over, I believe it was about 3 months, I do need to double check that on this experiment, but over about 3 months, they experienced a 60% reduction in anxiety. 60%. That's less than half over 6 weeks of what you're experiencing now. A 45% reduction in exhaustion. A 41% reduction in intent to leave the job. A 24% improvement in their ability to focus. A 25% improvement in their ability to listen. And a 17% improvement in their home-work conflict by doing nothing else than adding in a coherence practice to their life. And what I mean by a coherence practice, when you do the heart-focused breathing with me for a minute, that is a coherence practice. Because here's the thing, people, our bodies are creatures of default. We are creatures of habit. And whether we like our habits or not, we will run them unless we consciously retrain our bodies to choose a different habit. And if you practice coherence for long enough, more and more, it will become your default. It does not mean you will never be pulled out. It means you will return more readily. It means that when you're able to get yourself to sleep, you're likely to sleep in a coherent space. Can I tell you when you're coherent? Well, the way I can tell you is I can put you on a whole bunch of monitors, and if it works that you come see me or go see any HeartMath resilience facilitator, they can put you on monitors and tell you. But the bigger key is learning how to feel it in your body. So again, shout out to anyone out there wanting to just improve their own health. You too can join this movement. You don't have to radiate if you don't want to participate in the big field. You can just work on the first two. Find how freedom feels within your body. Because I am certain that when you are actually feeling free, your body will feel at worst the same as it does now, and most likely better. And over time, couple days, couple weeks, you will actually start to notice changes. So my invite goes out also to anyone just wanting to feel better. Please come follow us for a bit. I do not care if you're tuning in on every live or if you're coming home at night and you're sitting and watching. So what are my plans going forward? Well, my plans are to refine and not be doing quite so much random talking as I have the last 3 days. My own plan within this is to continue to go live 4 times a day for between 5 and 10 minutes each time, creating somewhere between 20 to 40 minutes of a coherent stream you can come home and watch. What you can expect is me to come on, and I'm not sure the order yet, but I think it's going to be in 1. I will share some personal coherence tips and wisdom out of my own practices. If I run out of my own practices, we'll bring other people in. That would be amazing for this to go on long enough that I run out. And then in the next one, I will actually share a coherence technique where we actually do an activity. So learning, an activity. In the third one, I will share much more of a global or social coherence tip. So that will be the benefits of coherence on interacting with the rest of the world. And in the last one, we will do a meditation that specifically focuses on feeling freedom. And that will be what I'm committing to do. And to any of you out there following, whether you watch it in the pieces that I'm doing it in, or whether you come home at night and stream them one after another, makes no difference to me. What I'm looking for you to do is start doing the practices. If you're interested in the learning and wisdom, absolutely start listening to it. I personally don't actually care what your driver is. I just want people to actually start energetically sharing and to realize that we actually have the power to create without having to get our brains to agree. And that would be incredible. If we could quit cooperating and just having to separate out a limited pile, and if we could quit trying to force the other side into doing what we think is best, and we could actually just create the way we want to live from a collective feeling of freedom, not my feeling or your feeling, that'd be amazing. So again, I'm at my 10 minutes already. This is Tara Sue Moore. Find it, feel it, free it. And I'm going to just encourage to anyone out there who's on there with me, feel inside you what feels free in the moment. If you're out rallying today and you're also listening, you're already feeling free. So awesome. If you're in the mountains somewhere today, you're feeling free. If you're in your happy place, you're feeling free. If you're having a quiet day at home and feeling free, you don't have to do anything other than connect yourself. For anyone else, I have a beautiful picture right in front of me today of a beautiful mountain, waterfall, things that make me feel free. I am going to just see, sense, feel, and imagine that I am currently sitting in a beautiful hidden glade in warm water, looking at a waterfall, feeling the wind, feeling the sun on my face, not cold. I don't like to be cold. And that's my freedom for today. Let's breathe that freedom through our whole bodies. Again, breathing in and out. If you're borrowing my freedom as you're breathing, see, sense, feel, and imagine that you're sitting. We even had alarms going off next door. Thankfully, I'm on a lab mic. See, sense, feel, and imagine that you are sitting in the most idyllic spot on this planet that affects you the most profoundly. Might close your eyes. What does it smell like there? Does it smell like freedom? Breathing in and breathing out. As you're still in your space, do you start to notice movement and life around you that you didn't know was there? Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. I'm at my 13-minute mark that I'm calling my maximum on these, another number I happen to like. I'm a bit of a contrarian. So again, I'll see everyone that chooses to come back. I'll be back on once more again today. And I will get the first one re-recorded and out. Welcome to day 3 of Find It, Feel It, Free It. Find your feeling of freedom, feel it coherently throughout your body, and radiate your feeling of freedom out with the goal of co-creating a collective feeling of freedom from which those who are responsible for making the decisions that will lead us forward will be making those decisions from. I am Tara Sue Moore, from stockbroker to firewalker. Thank you for listening. I'll see you soon.